For a long time I thought that Hector 87 would be a natural end point for my Famicom collection. We've crossed the Famicom's 4th birthday, and we're entering a phase of the system's life where the arcade-ish action games that dominated the first few years are becoming less frequent. So it seemed like a nice dividing line to go from getting every single game to just getting the ones that I wanted. Of course, since I now have 850 Famicom games, I didn't stick with that. Hector 87 also marks the end of an era in a different way. This is the final Hudson shoot-'em-up that we're going to see. Naturally, it was used in the 1987 Caravan competition, but it's also the last time that a Famicom game would be used for that. And next year they switched to a completely different style of game. Hector 87 was known for being excessively difficult. So difficult that the competition allowed players to bring in their own Hudson Joy card to use. The thing is, Hector 87 is about as simple as you can get in a scrolling shooter. There aren't any power-ups to collect, there's not many bonus items to find, it's just move forward and shoot. There are 2 complications. The first is that every other stage, starting with the second, is side-scrolling instead of top-down, though the 5-minute caravan mode skips the second stage. The other thing is that you have a ground attack and an air attack. The ground attack doesn't work like other ground attacks we've seen. On the overhead view, it just continues onward forever, so it winds up being kind of redundant. However, I found the ground targets to be much more aggressive than the aerial enemies in Hector 87. They linger on the screen longer and get off a lot more shots. But they also open and close, and they can't be hit while they're closed. On top of that, it's not uncommon for the ground targets to all be placed in a line. So if the front one closes, you can't hit the ones behind it. The few extra items you can hit are also ground targets. Shooting rocks might make a sign appear, and if you shoot the sign, a letter will appear for extra points. While shooting statues enough times will make them pop out capsules that refill your life bar. That life bar might seem generous, but one solid collision is still likely to take you out. Another bit of cruelty in Hector 87? There are no checkpoints. If you die, you have to repeat the stage from the beginning. Hector 87 offers 3 game modes. The first one is just regular play, straight through all 6 stages with no continues. The timed modes are for score attack. They're what was used in the Caravan competition. 2-minute mode gives you 1 life, and you have to complete the first stage in that 2 minutes. The 5-minute mode requires that you complete stages 1 and 3. I'm struggling here to think of many more things to say about Hector 87. Visually, it's a nice game. I genuinely like the music in it. But it is a brutally difficult game. I didn't quite make it to the level 3 boss. I feel like if I kept playing for another hour, I probably could have made it to level 5, but it would have been pretty tough. There's no cheat codes or continues to help you. Hector 87 is just a straightforward challenge. The other big problem with it is that it is an extremely bare-bones game. There are a huge variety of enemies and patterns, but your pokey ship with its default shots are all that you have to carry you through the whole thing. The game doesn't even have a proper story, just that there's a spaceship Noah and it encounters aliens. Which I guess all sums up to Hector 87 being solid, but not remarkable. And Hudson's about to take their shoot-'em-up skills to a whole different platform.